Hey, is this Robinhood? Yeah, hey, I was calling because I need to actually close out my account. Yeah, I know. I've been with you guys for a long time. I feel like I need to transfer to another brokerage. I know, trust me, like it's been a great long position. I've loved keeping my longs with you guys, but man, you guys are costing me a lot of money. No, I know they're free. I know they're free commissions, but you're costing me a lot of money. Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning into Young Money Investments. My name is Cameron Benyon, and today we are going to be talking about how Robinhood costs you a lot of money. I know a lot of times we like to think that Robinhood is not actually costing us a lot of money, but the reality is if you actually look at some of the things and some of the ways that Robinhood works, it can actually end up costing you a lot of money, especially things that you wouldn't actually think about as a new investor. In today's video, we are going to cover those and kind of get my opinion on those things. Let's roll the intro. Alright, so as I was saying, we are going to talk about how Robinhood actually costs you money. I know according to a lot of you, and according to Robinhood, usually you think zero commissions, you can use options, you can buy put and call options, everything's free. The reality is with Robinhood, and this is something that I have had to learn over the course of a couple years with Robinhood, is that Robinhood actually costs you money because of how slow the brokerage fills your orders. Now, what I mean by the brokerage filling your order, the brokerage here is Robinhood, and filling your order means how many shares you're buying and how long it takes to get those shares bought from the market, and then so you own those shares. What happens is some brokerages are actually a lot faster, being the ones that are paid for. So obviously when you are paying for your trades, you expect your brokerage to fill your trades much faster. That is one of the things that Robinhood obviously doesn't have to worry about, is how fast they fill, because hey, they're free. It doesn't matter. Most people that are using them don't understand that. And so that is where your opportunity cost kind of comes into play. Let's look at some of the good things that Robinhood has to feature, and then we're going to talk about some of the reasons why I believe that it might be in your best interest to switch to another broker. Now, let me also preface this by saying I am not paid by any of these brokers. I'm not getting a kickback. I'm not getting any cut whatsoever. This is solely based on my opinion, and that doesn't mean that I don't see a place for Robinhood. I will still keep a Robinhood account open, but I am transitioning away from it, and here are some of the reasons why after we get into some of the good with it. Alright guys, so taking a look at one of my smaller accounts here, this obviously isn't my large one because I didn't want to have to blur anything, and I just wanted you to be able to see this amount in this account here. This account right here is a Robinhood account, right? Very simple, basic. This is what I love about this platform here, is that you're able to see what is going on here. You can see on the day I was down $12 to $43. You can see on the week that I was down 2%. You can see on the month that I'm down 1.85%, and on the 3-month chart you can see that I'm up 82.58%. These are just some of the nice general features that you can see what has been going on here on the account. Very simple, very easy. You look at your stocks here, you can go to your shares, you can see which stocks you own, you can see what they're trading at, you can go back in time and see all those things. Robinhood is very simple, and for that reason I love that. You do have your cryptocurrencies as well here. You get a lot of news articles and things like that. Robinhood is just very basic. If you want to buy a company, right, you can go into here, you can take a look at this, and if you want to buy or sell, you can do that. You can change it to a market order, a limit order, etc., etc., etc. Robinhood is very nice in the sense that that's all you have to do. It's just very simple and easy to use. The problem with Robinhood, though, is that with Robinhood, your filling is very slow. And what I mean by that is, let's pick a particular stock here. Let's say natural gas. I believe that the inverse of natural gas, which is degas, is going to start spiking, correct? And I want to buy. So normally on a market buy, and I will market buy quite a bit on TD Ameritrade because it buys you super quick at what the ask price is. This is what people are asking for the share, or sorry, this is what people are Yes, asking for the shares. The bid price is what people actually buy the shares for. And what that means is there is a spread between an ask and a bid. Bid is buy, and I always just remember the double B's go together. Ask is what people are selling it for. So bid is buy, ask is sell. The problem is there's always a spread, kind of like if people are, at an auction site, right? You have people that are 75, 75, 75, 5, 75, 75, 75, 9, they get that going, right? The problem with that is there's always a spread. And so what would happen here, for example, this stock right now, or this ETF is trading for $79.50. If I was to want to purchase, let's say, one share, right, at $79.50 and clicked review order, and I actually bought that share, the likelihood, if this was during trading hours, the likelihood I would get filled at, oh, pardon me, it's not $79.50. What on earth? Okay, it is $79.50. That was weird. The likelihood that I would get filled at $79.50 would be low. What I would actually probably end up getting bought in at is probably $79.60, $79.65 with this particular stock. That is the problem, and especially if you end up buying 100 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares, you actually are paying quite a bit more for that stock as opposed to what the actual ask price is right here. When you market order on another platform, it's usually much closer to this price, and that's the problem with Robinhood right there. Let's take a nice example really quick. And I think a nice example would be you have $1 per share. You're buying company A and it's $1 per share. You decide to buy 1,000 shares of company A at $1. That's what the ask price is. But let's say that when you go to purchase those shares, because the broker, Robinhood, is a lot slower, you are going to actually end up purchasing those shares at $1.05. Now, you might go 5 cents per share. That's not bad, camera. That's not going to cost me a lot. Well, on a $1,000 position, if you were to actually buy those shares at $1.05 as opposed to $1 per share, you're going to end up paying about $50 more than what you would have actually bought if you would have bought it at that price. That 5 cents equates to $50 difference. And if you were to use a broker that had paid commissions at usually $4.99 or $4.95 per trade, you are actually saving yourself $45 because that broker is going to fill you much closer to the $1 price in our example, as opposed to filling you at $1.05 like a broker that's slow like Robinhood would do. Now, another problem with Robinhood is that Robinhood actually sells your data, and I'm not saying that other brokers don't. TD Ameritrade as well as E-Trade actually sell your data to other quant funds, or quant funds is basically a fund that uses quantum computers to actually buy and sell stocks very rapidly, usually in the cent to fractions of a cent price. Now, these quant computers are actually very high tech and very specific and special. The problem with Robinhood and some of these other brokers selling your data is that, let's say you did want to buy this stock for $1 per share. Robinhood would then normally fill you at $1.05, correct? There is a 5 cent gap. When Robinhood sells that data to these quant funds, they actually know before you actually get filled on your order that they could buy it at $1, they could sell it at $1.04, they could actually then end up selling it back to you for $1.05, and they would actually make a profit of about 3 to 4 cents on that, depending on what brokerage fees or what the market makers end up taking out. That's a whole nother topic of information. But see, the problem with that is that brokers then are getting commissions, and Robinhood makes millions and millions of dollars off doing this. That is why you do want to find a broker that is going to actually take your trades and get them into the NASDAQ or into ARCA, into the New York Stock Exchange much faster, and not actually end up selling your data to another third-party company that can actually use that to then actually make more money off of you. The third and final reason why I recommend finding a broker like TradeZero, which is one that I'm moving some of my funds and starting a smaller account challenge with, is that these brokers, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, TradeZero, Speed Trader, these are probably my top 4 favorite brokers, are important and a good foundation to start trading on. because of the fact that it gets you started and having a mentality of using all of the market data that is actually out there. When you start with a platform such as Robinhood, you are going to start looking at things that are very basic. You look at these charts and you think that you understand what's going on. This data is not actually going to help you out like a candlestick chart will. It's not going to have the RSI down here. It's not going to have an EMA line. It's not going to have an SMA line. You are buying and selling stocks without using all the tools that are at your hands and at your potential usage. Level 2 data. Obviously, we all are not going to be day trading, and if you're watching my channel right now, you probably are not watching my channel because you want to be the next day trader, the next millionaire day trader. You're trading because you want to have low risk, you want to have low stress, you don't really want to have to watch your stocks every single day. And to that person, I say, hey, I totally understand why Robinhood might be a good fit for you. But if you do ever want to transition into maybe swing trading a little bit more and needing the charts for that, if you ever do want to take a small, maybe a couple thousand, $2,000 or $3,000 account and try and day trade with that, you can actually do that with these brokerage accounts. And so that's why I recommend not handicapping yourself. For me personally, it has taken me a long time to get the confidence to actually open up another account. And like I said, I'm still going to keep my long-term accounts open in Robinhood, but I'm testing this brokerage out with TradeZero because I see a lot of potential in it. And so we are all creatures of habit. We very rarely like to switch from what we are doing. We like to go with what we know is comfortable to us. And so for those of you out there that maybe are just starting to get trading, I highly recommend switching to another broker. Like I said, TradeZero is one that just opened up this month in December of 2018. They're a newer broker. I see a lot of good potential with them because they take some of the facets of Robinhood and their, zero commissions, blah, 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 blah. But they allow you to tier up into having a full-fledged pro platform where you have all the data you need and you're able to just flick a switch and pay for that on a monthly basis. I love that idea because it's great for those of you that maybe don't have the money to start trading and spending a lot on commissions, but it allows you to graduate, because when you get to the tip of what Robinhood can allow you to do, it's hard to take that leap and to find another brokerage. And so that's my thought process on this. That is why, like I said, Robinhood, while it is a great starter tool, it ends up handicapping you pretty severely in the long run. And if I can take this knowledge and this insight and help maybe some of you avoid that and save yourself maybe a few months, if not a year or more of your life and your investment future, that is what I'm here for. So thanks so much for tuning into Young Money Investments. If you have any questions, if you like this content, if you think I have earned your thumbs up, please give me a thumbs up down there in the comment section. Please give me another comment on maybe some other videos you'd love to see. And if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button and that little bell notification thing. It should help out so you get to see these videos a little bit quicker. Sometimes my videos are time sensitive, especially when I'm trading these ETFs. So thank you so much for tuning into Young Money Investments, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.